Hello, everyone, and welcome to HBCU Esports Alliance, The Yard, brought to you by Gillette and presented by our good folks there at Exposure. Shout out to Danny Martin, Tony Griffin, all the boys over there in Dallas, Texas, and shout out to you, viewer, for joining us on this wonderful Rocket League Wednesday. They won last game. Oh, a nice massive winning game!
Wow.
Oh, saying that I can do it with both peach and with corn. This Smash Players multiverse.
Here we go.
Like I said, it's when you're playing video games while Lax not really caring, you lean in for the kill. That's exactly what they did. But in terms of this matchup, it had everything. It had big scores in the beginning, a potential MVP performance, an underdog story in the middle. Oh, disappointment turned into glory. It looked like they had a chance, but at the end of the day, there was only one, and that guy's name was Javier. MVP performance, Jordan, game 6. That's his flu game, boys and girls. Coming at it. The final shot didn't even need to take place because guess what? He was the final sayer, final doer. And the final judgment ended up going Javier and Ghost State.
No one has been able to. The interception, ball hawking all over the place. And there you go, the cherry on top. Emblematic of the whole game, Ja Crypto getting the interception, strutting into the end zone was that guy. But now for the third matchup, I apologize. Angry Aaron versus Marcos. And Angry Aaron doesn't play angry, getting into the end zone right there. Seemed a little bit back and forth, but ultimately at the end of the day, it was Angry A just walking away with the victory.
You're talking about contain, and that's the thing about keeping contained too, because intentional grounding is the thing. You need to be outside the pocket. If everybody's covered, you need to be outside the pocket in order to throw it away and make sure you don't get that penalty. So you're forcing Clayco, if he really wants to throw it away, to have to run backwards outside the pocket like now in order for that to happen. So you also can easily put yourself in dangerous situations when you're going backwards.
Exactly.
Like Josh
You're
Allen
making the passes.
NFL.
Yeah, you're making the passes so much harder. You read that perfectly. It literally happened as you was talking about it, so it was well scouted out on your part. We might need to get a controller in your hands next time we run a tournament like this. Maybe just let you play and see what you can do if you know what you're talking about like that.
Yeah, and that's interesting that you talk about, because as like a former player, as somebody who's been a head president of the women's leaders of college students and athletes, our theme is about succeeding against the odds. And we saw recently, you talked about March Madness, we saw in the women's NCAA tournament, there were equipment concerns and a lack of equity when it comes to the equipment that women got. They only got a dumbbell set versus the men's. They got a whole set of equipment. So what is your reaction to that? How does underserving women's spaces kind of affect equity, and what changes would you like to see in women's sports spaces, whether it be from basketball, volleyball, esports, in terms of respect going forward?
Yeah, that's a great question, because I think everybody who saw it, we all had the same response. Like, how could this be happening? But let's just keep it real. This isn't new to the athletic space or career space or commissioner space. I mean, or equity and pay space for Black, brown women. We can talk about women, but let's talk about us, Andrea.
Yes.
Women of color. We want to get paid in the same way that men get paid. We want access to jobs just like white women have access, white men have access, and Black men have access. In this conference, we believe in providing equity and access and opportunity as much as we can.
Once again, the Brooklyn Nets have been banned like the Jordan 1s back in the mid-'80s. Do you remember those days, boredymcbored?
I was alive back then. I definitely do. I was born 94. No, I don't.
Yeah. That went right over your head, huh?
I'm sure I could look in an encyclopedia and figure out.
Encyclopedia? Who does that?
Wikipedia is an encyclopedia.
Tony, put us back on the camera here. Are you serious?
Larry.
Griff, Tony, can we get back on
Larry.
camera here? We got to address this real quick. I can't let her slide with that. She said encyclopedia. Like, really?
I was talking in a
What are
language
you
you would
talking about?
understand, right? Right?
Oh, yeah,
Right?
you're trying to be funny. Like, encyclopedia. Like, what is this, Britannica? What are you doing?
You know, Wikipedia is the largest encyclopedia, but online. So, decided to, I got an encyclopedia somewhere downstairs. I remember I was alive during those days.
That's funny. Oh, man. That is funny.
He refused to let the Cinderella story be happen between Goober Stroob and Jay Spawn.
Oh no, this is his one shining moment. You talk about Cinderella stories. We see March Madness happen, and JBR Javier playing like a madman right now.
And we saw Blender get almost close to the semifinals. And when he won his match going into the semifinals, it was this close, but he beat him by the inch of his teeth. And when he did, he hit them with a dab.
These turnovers are really hurting the Saints offense.
Yeah, but no timeout spent. So this is the last play of the half, and then went towards the middle. That's gonna be picked off. We might get 6 before the half the wrong way. Oh my goodness.
Oh no!
One man to beat.
Oh no! He might go! Oh no! Wait! Touchdown! Waco is stirring up the competition here. Going back to that interception play, before the half, if you looked on the left side of the field, there were 2 players from New Orleans that were streaking that could have had a chance, but instead, Michael Thomas, a very dependable target, defaulted towards him. There were 3 players there. That's an interception. So you just need to know when to hold them. And oh my gosh, Clinko made a crucial mistake. And now, he's going down the sideline. Not a pick 6, but huge. Maybe doesn't affect the outcome of the game, but you give yourself a chance here.
Exactly.
But you talked about patience, and I feel like you had like a career year, 13 QB hits. Like, you've been insane this whole year. So like, how tempting is it? The cap is in a weird situation because of the pandemic. How tempting is it to hold off to secure that bag, or just go for it, and go for it and get that money while you secure it?
I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I'm given to play with Dallas, and the contract that they was able to reach. Granted, I know that all because of the cap, my value went down, along with a lot of guys' values went down, and the money wasn't able to be paid out that we felt that we were worth this year. But one thing that I've come to know and come to learn and understand is that no matter what has happened, you cannot change anything that has happened. You only can change how you feel about it. God blessed me with another opportunity to go out here and secure another bag. So let me do it right this time. Let me learn from what happened last time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people hold on to things and they'll walk around feeling like unappreciated, undervalued, like
that'll kill you, man. That'll hurt you, man.
That will, man. I know some friends who are some of the best athletes that can't even get an opportunity because they walked around with that chip on their shoulder and now nobody wants to coach them.
Yeah. Attitude, yeah.
I'm ready to see what Tom Brady rating is.
You should
get the GOAT.
You should stop talking right now. You should stop talking. Gosh.
6, I believe.
We don't need to talk about Tom Brady. I like Mortal Kombat. Getting away from disappointing topics such as football and my New York Jets, we're talking. This is RBC heritage, and so I found this course a little bit more difficult than the one that we did last week.
Why?
A lot of hills, because there's a lot of hills. There's a lot of wind, as you see, 13 miles per hour. Ooh, a shanked putt right there, totally going to the left. Remember, your stick also determines where that ball goes. You definitely don't want it to go into the rough. But I guess, Kenny, it's sort of like a flock of birds, right? If you have a group that's together, making sure get in that V formation, all follow each other, that's how they can make sure that they don't need to, use their cards as much and get momentum and sort of get ahead. But if you don't use that mentality, I mean, one goose flying alone, you can travel, but you're not going to travel very far.
No, that's a good analogy. That's a good analogy. A lot of people.
Great opportunity. Can he finish? Oh, and he didn't.
Won't even let them get that a block and a dunk on the other way. LeBron James getting low to the floor, but his play is all the way high up to the sky, the ceiling into the roof. And guess what? This building has no ceilings right there. They are in top flight form.
I have a quick question. I heard Lil Birdie told me you have some beef with Randy Orton now. Is it a possibility?
Take the words out of my mouth.
Exactly. Is there a possibility that you would get in the ring with Randy Orton on WWE? We saw Shaq do it. Why not you?
I can't wait to get in the ring, man. Come on, man.
Oh my goodness.
I can't wait to pull up at the WWE, man. Stop playing, man.
Barney, take it away.
And they lose, the Warriors do. But on top, the winner of today's action was none other than King Lederker, proving that he's the king of NBA regardless, just like the king himself, LeBron James.
Well, we the king of esports, okay? HBCU esports.
You're right,
We the
Brown.
kings and queens of that, okay? We the kings and queens of that.